Hi everyone. For your Power of Language anthology project, you are actually going to be creating your anthology on your portfolio. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to open your portfolio on the screen. To be honest with you, normally I would suggest split screening, but for dealing with your portfolio, it's better if the portfolio is full screened. So what I would do is I would have this video open in one tab and your portfolio open in another tab, and I would toggle back and forth between them, and you'll be needing to complete every step that I complete on your portfolio as well. This is something that you will be submitting to your teachers at the end of this video. So hopefully in your portfolio, it's set up and looks something like this. You should have all these different sections. And in ELA reading and writing, you should have a section for all of these different things listed here. If for some reason your portfolio does not look like this, then you need to come and you need to meet with me, Mrs. Packard and Life Ed at some point, and then we can get the rest of it set up for you. If you don't have anything set up, the only thing that I'm going to want you to do is I'm going to want you to go over to Pages, and I want you to, down here there's a little plus sign. I want you to click that plus sign and add a new page so that you have a poetry page, okay? And then I want you to click on that poetry page to make sure that it's the one that's open that you can see. Okay? So pause the video while you're doing that if you need to. The next thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to add a set of subpages for this project. So over here on the right-hand side, you'll notice that I have all of my different folders listed. For poetry, when I hover over it, I'm going to click these three dots, and then I am going to click Add Subpage. The first subpage that you are going to add is a theme nonfiction article. And you just click Done. The next page that you are going to add, so again, I'll pause for a second here. Next page that you're going to add, and again, I want you to take a look. My cursor is hovering over poetry, so I'm going to click that same three dots again and add another subpage, and it's going to be a song. Click Done. Then I'm going to go back again, hovering over poetry. I'm going to click those three dots again. Sometimes it'll be a little slow. Mine's just lagging a little bit right now. If it does that, don't worry about it. You can just be patient with it. I'm going to add another subpage, and this is going to be a multicultural or a classic poem. Click Done. And then the last one that you are going to add is a personal choice poem. So go ahead and add the page. Again, I'm going back to poetry. I'm going to hover over there and add it this way. Okay, so now that that's done, what I'm going to ask you to do is go back to the main poetry page. So again, you should be able to see that I have my poetry folder or page right here, and then I should have 4 subpages. Some of you will actually end up doing a couple other poems, and so you can go through the same process as you are adding those a little bit later, but that should be helpful for you. So what I want you to do is go click on the poetry folder. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to want to navigate away from the Pages tab and go over to click Insert. And you're going to insert several things on this page. The first thing that I want you to do is I want to make sure that you are not down here at this Add Footer section. So stay away from that. You want to operate up here. That's some of you who have things repeating on every page of your portfolio. It's because you're focused up here or down here where it says Add Footer. So I just want you to be up here in this space. Ideally, it's blank. If it's not blank, that's okay. Don't add it below where all the rest of your stuff is if it's repeating. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to go over to layouts, and I want you to click the very first layout, and you're going to title it Scenario. And so what you're going to do here is you're actually going to add your scenario. You're going to say what number your scenario is. You're going to actually copy and paste or type out the scenario in this box right here, and then I want you to grab an image. that goes with it so that everybody understands what your scenario is. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to actually hit that same layout again. So the one with just the image. And this time what you're going to do is when you click to edit the text, you're going to have a theme introduction, and there will be more information about what you're going to write here and how you're going to fill this out, but you need a space for that. The next thing that you're going to click is over in your layouts. I want you to scroll down a little bit, and it's the bottom left hand or right hand layout. I want you to click that. And what you're actually going to do here is create a space for all of those pages you just created. So I want you to click to edit the text, and this is going to be your nonfiction theme, theme nonfiction article analysis. And this is going to be your song analysis. And this is going to be your multicultural or classic poem analysis. And this is going to be your personal choice poem analysis. Okay. And so what you're going to actually end up doing here is you are going to add a picture here that represents each of the poems or the pieces you choose. You're obviously not going to deal with that today. The other thing I need you to do though is you're going to add some buttons. So over here under the layout section, there is a button section. So I want you to click on button, and you are going to name the first, each one of them actually, you're just going to name, click here. And then where it says link, you're going to go down to where you created all of these. And so my first one is going to be for my theme nonfiction article. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to click insert. It actually inserts it below, like in a new section. What you want to do is you want to click on it and just drag it up so that it sits right underneath. Okay. And then you're going to do this again. And this is going to be, oh, sorry. You're going to label it, click here. And you're going to go down and you're going to grab your song page. Insert it, it's down here, move it up to the song analysis. Do another button, click here. We're going to do this for the multicultural or classic poem. Click and drag it. And then our last poem or last button, click here, is for our personal choice poem. And so this part of your anthology is kind of the equivalent of a table of contents like you may have done before. Okay, so now that section is set up, and then the last section that you need to set up is you need to grab that first layout one more time, and this is going to be your power of language conclusion. And again, all these are things that we are going to be talking about way more in depth later. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to swing back over to your pages, and I want you to go to your theme nonfiction page, and then go back to insert. On this page, what you are going to do is you are going to grab that top layout one more time, and you are going to put here your nonfiction article title and author. And over in this section right here is actually where you're going to be creating links to the poems or the pieces, whatever it is that you're choosing. And those will be on, you'll copy and paste your articles or your poems into a blank Google document so that somebody can see the original that has not been annotated. Okay. And then in this text piece is where you're going to start, like you're going to give a little description about why you chose that particular article. The next thing that you're going to do is you are going to select the double image layout. And for this one, you are going to label one of them text structure annotations, and the other one are going to be language analysis annotations. In this one, you're going to be responsible for inserting a picture of the annotations that you complete about those different things. And then below here where it says click to edit text, that's actually where you are going to be putting your analysis paragraphs about these two things. Okay. And then the last thing that you are going to do is you are going to add a series of images at the bottom that is going to be your creative representation of how this particular nonfiction article relates to your theme and helps you to understand the different things that are being discussed. Again, you're going to talk about that a little bit up here, and we'll give you some more detail as we go through. What you're going to do is you are actually going to go through and you are going to complete this now for each section. So you're going to have the title and author. You're going to have a section for structure annotations, a section for language analysis annotations, which for your poems are going to sound like structure and style and sound, and then your set of images. So let's go ahead and do the song. Again, you click song, you go back to insert. The first one you need is this. So you're going to have the song, title, and artist. For this one, some people really like to find the music video and insert their music video here. That would be fine. The next thing you need is the double layout. So you're going to click that. And these are going to be structure annotations, style and sound annotations. Again, your analysis paragraphs are going to go down here. And then you're going to need the series of images that's going to help you display why this particular song or the language, what it's creating for you, how that's going to help in connecting back to your theme. The next one is your multicultural or classic. Again, sometimes it takes a second for things to load. Go back to insert. First thing we need is the multicultural classic poem title and author. Again, you're going to put a Google Doc here with the clean version, one that hasn't been annotated or touched so that people can see the original. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to add the double. You're going to have structure, annotations. You're going to have style and sound annotations. And then the last one is your series of pictures. And then we only have one page left to go, which is your personal choice poem. Again, sometimes it takes a little bit for things to load, and that's okay. Go back to insert. We need personal choice, poem, title, and author. We need the structure, annotations, style and sound annotations, and then we need the space for pictures at the bottom. There may be other things that your teachers are going to be asking you to add as you go. However, we're going to take this format and your teachers will be really specific about what you're supposed to do with different pieces of your portfolio and when. So be sure to pay special attention to all directions. Your very last thing that you are responsible for today is going up and clicking this publish button. Because if you do not click that publish button, then nobody can see anything that you've done. The last thing is you're going to click the little caret next to that. You're going to click View Published Site, which hopefully is all completely up to date. I want you to go and click on your poetry section, which should look something like this. Take this link up at the top, copy it, and you are going to be filling out a Google form in the next portion of this agenda, and you are going to need to submit this link, okay, that's up at the top. Hopefully this made sense, and I will be looking forward to seeing all of your beautiful language analysis anthologies.